Hey there, Julie. As I read your email, I'm not sure if I understand. So I'm going to demonstrate some stuff, throw some stuff on the wall, see what sticks. And you can have your colleagues who emailed you email me directly, and I can strike up a conversation with them to see what we could do. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. So if I sort of understand, let's say they want to do transformation. So I'm going to click. Now, when I click on the book, all right, it looks like you can create a class, but that right now there's a current bug that doesn't provide a turn-in button if your teachers want to have this in Google Classroom, because there's two ways we can think about this. We can either have this assignment be done in Geogebra Classroom, that's by creating class, or we could do this thing inside Google Classroom, which is achieved by clicking on the three dots and then sharing. So you could do each. Now there's a pro and a con for either option. When you are, doing it in when you're doing it in Geogebra Classroom, meaning all you've done is press this create class button, the teacher can see the students do the work in real time. It's happening simultaneously. It allows the teacher to provide immediate feedback in the moment, and that's where two co-teachers might be able to provide feedback on an ongoing basis together, collaboratively. All right, so that's one option. The other option is if you press the two dots and you share it directly into Google Classroom. Now this one, the teacher will not get a chance to see the student work in real time. The teacher can only, after the fact, provide feedback for the student. All right, so Geogebra Classroom allows real-time feedback, while Google Classroom allows only afterwards feedback. So after the student has turned it in, then the teacher can provide the feedback. So let me kind of walk through both of those. All right. So let's first do Geogebra Classroom. All right. Now Geogebra Classroom, I can click on the book level or the lesson level or the practice level. So I have to choose one of those options. I'm going to do it at the book level because I'm going to assign everything from the lesson and the practice. All I have to do is click create class, and demo Geogebra class, and I'm going to hit create, and there it is. I'm going to share this link right here to my students, and when I do that, I'm going to go, let's go into here's a fake student browser, and the student just types in his name, or that student can click sign in and log in with his Geogebra account. Now, if the student doesn't have a Geogebra account, what do you do? Well, when you click sign in, you simply use your your Google account. Really, really simple. So students don't have to learn passwords and usernames and stuff. They just use their school-issued Google account. Now, the benefit for doing that and logging in with their school-issued Google account is because then it automatically logs them in. It automatically assigns their name to it. So now you don't have students with rogue. There it is. Look at that. There's the student. You don't have students with rogue names like Lone Ranger and whatnot. But also, as the student is working, if the student needs to stop and take a break and do whatever, let's say boom, boom, 90. There we go. All right. So if the student needs to take a break, the student can simply log out. And then when that student logs back in, let's see, right here, I'm going to find it. There, his work or her work is preserved. All right. So that's one of the benefits of logging in with your Google account into your Geogebra. All right. So in this case, as the student is doing the work, I'm on the teacher side now. I can task overview, and I can see that this student is doing the work, and I can see that work. It's going to pull up in real time. It's semi-real time. It updates every couple of seconds. All right. So this is taking too long. I'm getting frustrated. So I'm going to go back. So as the student is doing some work, so let me see if I can make a change here. So I'm going to go way over here, and then look at that. We can see that the thing has updated, and you can imagine whole class happening, and as the teacher is watching this dashboard of all the grid of all the students, the teacher can then be providing real-time feedback. So that's Geogebra Classroom. All right, now if the teachers want to do Google Classroom, that's going to be a little bit different. Now the benefit of that is it's in Google Classroom, but it no longer provides real-time feedback. So the teacher can only provide the feedback after the fact. All right. So what does that look like? Well, so there's a bug that I kind of referred to earlier with Geogebra versus Google Classroom. We're not sure where the bug is. If you're on the book level and and then press share and Google Classroom, the turn-in button for some reason is not going to show up. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go, this is why they provided these additional links. So this is the bold is the book level, that includes both. But really you're going to have to click on one, just the lesson, and then you can do the 3 dots, share Google Classroom, and you can choose, I'm logged in as my teacher account, choose the class, name it, and then hit assign. When you do that, it's going to do the rigmarole. It's going to integrate it into Google Classroom, and it's going to put it over there. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Life is going slowly. All right, there you go. So now I'm going to go into a student account and take a look at that. Here's the class. If you click on Classwork, and there's the assignment right here. So the student accesses it in a typical way. You just click that. It's going to open up the activity. It is going to ask the student to log in with the student account. It's going to do that every single time, which is okay. And then, okay, now I'm going to, I don't know, let's do this one. Here's the point. Let's make it a 90-degree counterclockwise. And there we go. All right, so there's our work, right? And so now what's neat is down here, when the student is done, you click turn in. Now, if the student is not done, all right, the student just logs out. All right, and I'm going to get out of the classroom altogether to demonstrate. Now the student returns to the Google Classroom and now wants to continue working. Now that student is not going to click this link. That's going to make another copy. Rather, the student wants to pick up where he left off. So he's going to click View Assignment, and there it is. What? Bam! And then you just click on that, and then it's going to pick up, and it's going to, of course, you have to log in every single time. That's a security measure. There you go. It's going to pick up where the student left off. When the student, when the student is eventually done, the student will click down here. We'll click the turn in button. If it doesn't show up, you got to click, and then there it is. There's the turn in button. And now what's really kind of cool is even when the student has yet to turn in, press that turn in button. Let's go on the teacher side. And here's the teacher side of that assignment. In fact, there's the Geogebra demo. The teacher is not going to click this because that will also make a student copy, as if the teacher is a student. So rather what the teacher is going to do is going to click View Assignment, where the teacher can see all of the students showing up right here. And you get a little bit of a thumbnail. So there's some element of watching students in progress as they go. But the teacher is going to click that, is going to see the student work, even though the student has yet to actually press that turn in button. So you got that two differences. You got your choices. So if, just to wrap it up, so sorry, I didn't know this was going to be so stinking long. So the idea is, if you share it to Geogebra Classroom, you can provide real-time feedback because you see the students in real time. If you share it to the Google Classroom, it integrates with Google Classroom, but you don't quite get to provide the immediate feedback. You provide the feedback in a slower rate. All right, and that's the big difference. Please feel free to email me directly or call me if you have any additional questions.